is going to be the loudest panel ever.
Let's make it a challenge.
Hi.
Let's do it.
Oh my goodness. First of all, I just want to say thank you so much to each and every one of you for being here. You have no idea how grateful I am. Thank you.
Thank you for being here. Seriously.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's give it up for Summer. Stepping into this role.
Yes.
I love it.
Hi guys, my name is Summer. I am the co-host of the Dolls of Horror podcast.
Hey,
And
check
the
that
official
out.
podcast for the Days of the Dead conventions. So that's very exciting.
And a
very
friend to all.
But I get to do fun things like this, so it's a win.
Oh, yay. Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll ask her after the panel. How fun was it?
So, first off, how are you? What did you do to keep busy in 2020?
Well, I never stopped, fortunately. I have been doing a lot of the pop-up horror conventions, so it's been exciting because I think my spirit would die if I couldn't be around everyone and connect with all of you. That's what really keeps me motivated and inspired. And fortunately, I've been working on a lot of great projects. One is actually here, the director and writer of a film called On Location, which I'm so thrilled about. And it will be coming out soon with Damien Maffei and Hannah Thierman and Shani Morrow. Wonderful cast. I worked on Time's Up and Terrifier 2 and Stream with the whole Terrifier team.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of great horror coming out. So thanks for supporting indie horror movies. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
And there's the one that you and I did, Crave, which is still in production, but hopefully soon, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
A lot of good stuff.
And I really wanted to talk to you about Cold-Blooded Killers because that's filmed in my hometown.
Oh my gosh, that's right.
So,
Bakersfield.
When I saw you posting Instagrams on that as you were filming, I said, oh my God. First of all, I was so happy Hectic Films was still around because they were around when I was there.
I love
So
Ricky Bird. Yeah.
That made me feel really, really nice because I remember them from so long ago when I was doing the theater and stuff. So that was great. And I've been waiting for this movie for, 3 years?
It was originally titled Killer Rose,
Yeah.
and it was a film I really, really wanted to do. I was passionate. I work with a company called Entertainment Factory, and they said, what kind of movie do you want to do? And I said, I want to do a badass, shoot-'em-up, Tarantino grindhouse. I was just like being bullshitter. And they're like, okay, we're doing it. I'm like, wait, what? And there I was, clad in leather and ready to do my best Tomb Raider.
Leather in Bakersfield in July.
It was gross. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. Trying to get out of sticky blood. Tom Devlin, who is here, he's an amazing effects artist. He's sitting right next to me. Please check him out. He's one of the most special and beautiful individuals I've ever had the pleasure of working with. He did the effects, and I was like sticky from head to toe with Dave Sheridan playing my nemesis, and I hated him. The whole shoot, it's like, am I a method actor? All of a sudden I'm method. I'm like, I hate you, Dave Sheridan. I'm coming to get you. He's like, oh my God, you are a bitch. I'm a character.
And Caroline Williams also, right?
And Caroline Williams plays my best friend Becky, and it's kind of like
That's not a stretch.
yeah, that was super fun, and we're in this cool little, I think, white Mustang riding around Bakersfield, killing everybody. Surprise!
Well, it is Bakersfield, so.
And a lot of fun cameos by like Vincent Ward from The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
And
It had such a fun cast.
really fun. Brink Stevens. I'm trying to think of everybody right now. Ricky Dean
That's
Logan.
coming out this week, right? I read.
It comes out Tuesday, April
Yes.
13th.
I
Yeah,
love it.
please check it out. I love it. I'm really proud of this movie.
That's amazing. And of course, everyone here knows you, of course, from Sleepaway Camp.
Wait, what? What's that?
Sleepaway Camp. Part 1.
Sleepaway Camp. Thank you. Me and my penis, thank you. Is there anyone here who hasn't seen it? Because that would be horrible.
Spoiled it.
I'm like, yeah, I have a dick. Surprise! No. You know what? I have to say, Sleepaway Camp gave me a life. I would not be here if it weren't for that film. I get to see all of you and just, I don't know, it's unbelievable to me. And I know I'm sappy and I cry because I get my emotions are just, so overwhelmed by the fact that cheesy, campy, silly, fun movie gave me a moment to like hang out with people in this community.
Well, you know that movie means a lot to a lot of people. The first time I met you in 2017, I just walked up to you and I just started bawling.
And it was here. It was here.
It was here in the Crown Plaza, different convention, but same hotel. And I'm like, hi. And I've seen other people do that to you too. How often does that happen? Because I don't know what happened, but I lost my shit.
You know, I think I'd have to say, like, Sleepaway Camp at face value is like, you know, like I said, a cheesy, fun, campy movie. But I think at the heart of it, we all have a little Angela in us. You know, who doesn't feel insecure or, I don't know, socially awkward? And I think we relate to that. So when we connect, it's because we speak to that. We're all just here trying to be okay. And giving a hug and like kind of loving on each other is all I care about. So for me, it's just like I want to be here so that I can look in your eyes and say, I get it. Like, I understand we're all trying to navigate this life and let's be happy.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you bring a lot of joy.
Thank you.
When did you know that Sleepaway Camp was getting its second win? Because there was a time, I saw it when I was 10, right? But then, it went out.
What was that like?
And I couldn't find it anywhere. I couldn't find it on video. It wasn't shown on TV. I bought it used on a VHS, but it wasn't available for a long time. And then all of a sudden, we got all these Blu-rays and all these wonderful new editions coming out. When did you know that this was like a thing? Like, wow.
Well, it was that there was a moment. It was like 2001, and the internet, you know, this thing called the internet. Hi, I'm 175. Had all of these websites dedicated to Sleepaway Camp, and I was like, wait, what? It was so amazing to me. Like, wait, there's that, and there's that, and it blew my mind. And then Fangoria invited us to Fangoria Weekend of Horrors. And the entire cast and director, we all walked in, and the place was packed, and we signed for several hours, and I thought, holy shit, people have seen this movie. And it was the greatest moment because I kind of felt like this little movie had its time, and I've been doing conventions since, so thank you. Thank you so much.
20 years. That's almost 20 years now.
20 years.
How crazy is that?
Crazy. Crazy. Yeah.
And your husband is a Sleepaway Camp fan, correct?
Like the number one.
Yeah.
Well,
Before
actually,
he met
like
you, though,
2
right?
and 3. I just had this conversation. So there's a band called CKY. I don't know if any of you have heard of CKY. CKY. And I have to say, I love their music. If you get a chance, it has nothing to do with being married to him. See, the music is outrageous. It's so good. But he was a fan. He's 7 years younger than I am, and he was 12, and he saw Sleepaway Camp, and he said to his parents, "I'm going to marry that girl, Felicia Rose." And he put my face on his first CD, and then on his guitar, little stalkerish. But I was like, "Hey, oh my God, that's so cool!" And he flew out to return to Sleepaway Camp to meet me. And the minute we met, he was like, "Hey, wanna hang out?" And I said, "We can conquer the world together. Me and you, let's do it." And it's been 18 years, and we have 3 kids. And he still looks at me and says, "Felicia Rose," make the face. So it's really cute. He's so sweet. Thank you.
Sleepaway Camp gave you your husband and children as well.
That's what I mean. Like, Sleepaway Camp gave me a professional career. It gave me, you know, my husband and kids. So, yeah, I can't imagine what it would be like without it. It's my little baby. I do look at, like, every movie you make is kind of like, this is a little baby that I put out into the world, and it grows up, and sometimes it's ugly and not pretty. No, sometimes people hate it, but you know, you care about it, and you hope people enjoy it.
So how long was filming? How long did that last?
For Sleepaway Camp, we shot for about 6 weeks in upstate New York. I missed the first 6 weeks of 8th grade, and it was the most amazing time of my life. I mean, imagine being a 13-year-old kid. You go to camp. So I was really at Sleepaway Camp. This is a secret, don't tell anyone. I was in love with Jonathan Tiersten, who played Ricky. Oh my God. So he was my boyfriend for like 3 days. We broke up. He broke my heart.
Oh.
They stopped production because we had a big fight, as little teenagers do. And, he's my best friend to this day. We talk every day. And the whole cast, they're like my family. We still, stay in touch. We were doing Zooms together over quarantine, like 10 of us. So we are really a close family.
Yeah, thanks to technology.
Yeah, that thing called the internet. It's amazing.
Isn't it amazing?
I'm still learning. I'm still like, Zoom, what? Huh?
Can you hear me? Can you see me?
Can you see me? Is it my name right?
Right.
It's always my kid's name. They're like, are you Lola Miller? I'm like,
Today
no.
I am.
Yeah.
So looking back 38 years later, is there anything that you would change about your performance?
Oh,
Having so much more
yeah.
experience now, it'd be like, oh, I wish I didn't do that.
Well, I did. So when I first got to the set, they told me what I had to look like. You're 13, you wanted to have a little bit of makeup and look kind of cute. And they were like, no makeup. Your hair will be down with barrettes. And I'm like, ew, that's ugly. So of course, I cringe every time I watch any work I do from then till now. But I don't know. I look at the film with so much nostalgia and sentimental value that it would be hard to really pinpoint. Like, I'm always critical of any work I do, but I think we could just, let's remake it. No. Would anybody like to see a remake?
If it's done well, I think that would be good.
I would like to
What if
play
she
a
directed it,
Martha.
guys? What if she wrote and directed it?
Oh.
Then you'd be in charge.
Oh, that would
Then you
be
can make sure it's done right.
No.
Remakes are never as good as the originals.
That's right, Yolanda. You sing it, sister. They never. I would like to play Aunt Martha, though. I think that would be fun.
But you'd be a great Aunt Martha.
Oh, it would be exciting.
And it's international too, obviously, but I found that out when my husband and I were in London in the airport making a transfer, and someone chased us down in the most non-creepy way because I didn't even know, and found us at baggage claim. I was wearing your Terror Threads hoodie with your face on my back, and he's like, where did you get that sweater? I have to have one.
Are you serious?
I'm so serious.
And they call it Nightmare Vacation.
Oh my
in
God.
Europe. Yeah.
But it even says sleepaway camp on it, but no, he saw it, and I don't know how long he was following us, but he was out of breath by the time he caught us. And that was insane.
Don't wear that sweatshirt again.
No, that was
That's
insane.
what the international side of horror. The
Yeah.
sneaker with the knife through it.
Yeah,
It's like,
it had your face on it.
that's crazy.
Yeah, so yay, Terror Threads, right?
Oh my gosh. I love Terror Threads. Yes, they're amazing.
They have a whole sleepaway camp line, and I think I own everything.
And
from it.
and Terrifier, they have so much great merch and sweatshirts. I love them. And they're based out of Chicago.
Yeah,
They're
Shelburne,
the
right?
best. They're like family to me, so I really love them.
And furthermore, you also produced some very popular Slayer videos.
Does anyone like Slayer? Oh my gosh! So I don't know how I just fell into that, but it was my husband. He introduced me to his record label, and they were having a conversation. They just signed Slayer, and they're like, "Yeah, and we're gonna do new videos." And my husband said, "Oh, you should have Felissa produce them." I'm like, "What?" This was when I was first producing, and I said, let's just make little horror movies. So the 3 videos off their Repentless album, I was so honored to produce. They were directed by B.J. McDonald, who did Hatchet 3. And I'm really proud of the videos. They're quite terrifying.
If you watch them all back to back, it's one continuous story.
It's a story, and Danny Trejo is in them, and Vernon Wells, Sean Whalen,
Everyone is in that,
Derek
guys.
Mears, Tyler Maine. Yeah, I was just like, everybody come play.
Tony Moran.
Tony
isn't it,
Moran.
right? He's coming up next.
Tony is like my best friend. He's just an amazing man.
Yeah.
I love him so much. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's cool that we're all family. That's what it's about. And I think that's why we love conventions, because it's really a family reunion. We all get to be together and kind of talk about these films that we know and love so dearly. And we're not going to comedy conventions, It's like, I don't know about that group, but this is where, the love really happens.
Yeah, I mean, when you attend your first convention, it's magical. When I walked into that first convention where I met you,
That was your first
That was
one?
my very first one. fun, and I was terrified because I'm so shy. Look at me now.
She's so shy. Yeah.
But I begged my husband to go with me. He said no, and you have fun. So I went, determined to do it on my own. I went, and it was like I was with friends. Y'all are my friends and family, right? And I'm like, I am home. This is my tribe, and I know you feel the same way when you come here.
Yes.
Your friends and family. It's
unbelievable.
It's unbelievable. And when we couldn't have conventions for a year, it was the most depressing thing.
Yeah, really. Really hard. Did anyone do virtual conventions? Was anyone like?
I watched a few panels. But that's how
I know, it's hard.
Did anyone participate in virtual conventions like the 2-minute meet and greets or anything like that?
I just think it's so
Y'all just
hard.
waiting for the real thing?
Yeah, because
Same.
we're so used
Same.
to like the real, the energy in the room and the love, and I'm seeing, faces that I see all the time. To kind of see it virtually is, I think, even school is difficult with my kids. I'm like, you have to sit down. You have to look. That's the teacher, My son's like, at the virtual screen, and he's going, Mom, what's 22 times? I'm like, oh my God. Or Alexa. I hear Alexa all day long. Alexa, what's 327 times 22? I'm like, I'm going to beat your ass.
You're cheating.
This poor little generation. The quarantine's so hard.
So let's go to the audience. See who has any questions.
Alex.
So when you get done making a movie, do you wait to watch your movie, or do you wait for the reviews and have everybody else watch them?
Typically I'll see On Location tomorrow for the first time. It's not complete. It's about 90% done.
Just needs the score and the sound mix.
Which is phenomenal. We filmed in September. So I generally, I'm fortunate that I get to see a preview like this, because, But, and then, you wait to see, you hope, like, I couldn't wait for Victor Crowley to come out because I did think Victor Crowley was a really fun. Who's seen Victor Crowley? That was such a fun movie. That was, like, one of my favorite experiences. I'm a huge Adam Green fan. And just working on that movie with that particular cast was really so incredible. I mean, we had a blast. I think you could tell that we were laughing,
Yeah. We just, for the entire month of February, the Dolls of Horror podcast did an entire month of Hatchet in honor of Mardi Gras. Since the Rona's here, no one can go, so we're like, why not do it like this?
That's a great idea.
And when we got to Victor Crowley, we had the funnest time talking about that one.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I liked the way I died. I'm always like, thank you, Kane. You really gave it to me.
And one of our segments is Epic Line. Do you know how hard it was to choose an epic line for Victor Crowley?
Yeah.
We had pages and pages of possibilities, and I think we all chose something from you even.
I loved all of Kathleen's lines. I get migraines when I do stuff. What's wrong with her? It was so fun. I know, even when I sign, I'm always like, she has 1, 2, 3. Oh, here's the big one. It was so fun. So much penis stuff in that movie. I'm just realizing it now.
You have a trend.
Yeah, I see that. And I get to play with Joe Bob Briggs and Darcy and be their mangled dick expert.
That's
So
great.
that's fun too.
Was anybody here for the Joe Bob panel last night?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They're so amazing. I worship the two of them. They're, again, family, and the fact that they let me tag along. I always say I'm like the third wheel. Hi, guys. Is there a dick? Because I'm ready to analyze it. Like, oh, God, she's back.
So, anyone else for a second? Yes?
You don't have to name a name. Just say something negative about something.
Oh.
Anything at all?
Because I've never heard it.
You know what? It's so funny. I had just had a conversation with Dave Sheridan this morning, and he was like asking me my opinion on, how do you feel about someone saying something bad about, and I said, this is my true philosophy in life. We can walk through this world any way we choose, right? We can feel angry, we can feel happy. I do think it's a muscle. I have a great family, and I grew up feeling a lot of joy. And being in this business, there's noise. There's a lot of stuff, as you know. Anyone who's made a movie, there's a lot. you could so very well say, oh, this asshole and this, excuse my language. But there's storms, and I try to like see the sunshine coming in, and I'd rather give love to what looks negative instead. And I'm not perfect by any means. Sometimes I'm like, I'm gonna kill them. But while I'm saying it, I'm thinking, but they need a hug. And producing, I liken it to having kids. I have 3 children. Somebody's grumpy, somebody's hungry, somebody needs $1. And you want to just kind of embrace that and get inspired by it. So I really try to meditate and focus on giving all of my heart instead of feeling like I'm going to, punch the shit out of them.
Well, now I just feel bad for it.
No. I love you. And Yolanda had a question.
Well, obviously, you know that, everybody loves you.
I love you.
So how do you, I guess my question is, how do you, when this is all over, and you're done signing autographs and taking pictures and everything, and you go home to your family, to your loved ones, how do you unwind? How do you get rid of all that anxiety and stuff, and keep it separate from your personal life?
That's a great question. So, and typically I do get home late on a Sunday, and everybody's asleep, so I can take a moment to I do a lot of meditation to sort of center myself and just kind of bring the energy back. And then when I wake up in the morning, I jump right into whatever my kids want to do. Like last week, I came home from a big whirlwind in Dallas, and it was amazing. We showed Victor Crowley at the Texas Theater. It was incredible. I was with Dave Sheridan. There was a lot of fun. We went from one event to another event. We did a lot of events. And my kids were on spring break. The next day, I took them out, and they're my joy. So I just kind of look into their eyes, and like everything feels so great. But it is a switch, and it's very deliberate. I come from here like, I love all of you, you're my family. And then I get with them, and I just try to do whatever I let them lead the way. But my kids are truly, they give me the motivation to keep going. Because I see in their eyes that they're horror fans, they love watching the movies. They have questions like, what was Terrifier 2 like? Or, my girls are in the Slayer videos getting killed by Danny Trejo. And Bill Moseley and Caroline Williams are their parents. And I'm like, one day you're going to thank me. Because they're like, Mom, why do we have to be bloody and scream and cry? Oh, okay. If you tell us where to go, we're going. I'm like, just do it, and you'll love it.
And your son was in Hanukkah, right?
And my son plays Sid Haig.
Young Sid Haig.
Yeah, he plays Sid Haig's little boy. And Sid and my son Thomas connected and loved each other so much. So that was like such a gift. Yeah, it's so cool to have my kids on set. It's they listen to my husband's music, and they've toured around with him, and so it's fun to try to integrate the two.
Do your children want to continue with the acting? Or are they just like, "This is a fun hobby," or
not. My 15-year-old just told me the other day that she will become a criminal psychiatrist.
Okay.
And I go, well, maybe that's a little bit. Maybe I'm sort of, yeah, she is set on that. She will be going into that field, hopefully, at UCLA, so she'll stay close to me.
Yeah.
But she's decided that's it. She thought hard on it. My middle girl would be a makeup artist. She looks in the mirror all day long. She thinks she's one of the Kardashians. I'm like, oh boy. But I said, just do special effects makeup, then we're all good.
Right.
So,
We
yeah.
should do beauty makeup on horror films.
Yeah, I want them to. I try to tell my son as well. Like maybe he's a Godzilla freak, so he's not Godzilla. He has seen it so many times already. I'm like, we're going back to the theater to see it. Great. I just wish there was a little bit more Godzilla. I love King Kong, but just a little bit. But it was amazing. Has anyone seen it?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm obsessed. It is so good, so good.
Yeah. Henry, my husband, watches Godzilla on the loop.
My son, the two of you and my son, since he's 2, Musalaya, he was singing since he was 2 years old. Like the old ones.
Yeah.
He's not like, oh, I like Godzilla now. He's been collecting Godzilla figures. My house is covered since he's 2 years old, and he's 11.
I only have one.
We need to change that. I'm getting you a figure today, okay?
We walked around the convention. He had this big Godzilla figure, and he was just proudly carrying it in the box, and you were there. You were like, I saw that.
I know. I once carried a big like puppet through like the airport. People were like, but it was a bloody Godzilla. So I'm like, oh, I love my baby. This is so fun.
I know people that carried their, the good guy dolls through the airport.
Oh yeah, of course. Look, I'm like that. Don't we all?
Yeah. Did they buy it on seat? I don't know.
So great. Oh,
Okay. Any other questions?
Brad.
So after today, what would you say the craziest thing you autographed was?
Okay, hang on. Let me think.
I want to know what happened today.
A photo, a doll. Oh, the condom? The Angela Camp Arawak condom. Okay, now I'm a condom. I've made it. Do you have it? It is so. Can we pass? It's like show and tell. Could we see? I know I've arrived because I signed an Angela condom. It is the cutest thing in the world. It's a little condom with my face on it. I love you, Brad.
Oh my God.
Look at this. Yep, a real. Who's using that tonight?
That's going in a frame.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Thank you for bringing that. That is the coolest thing. If that shit like that will always amaze me. I'm just like, what is going on?
What is the piece of work that you're most proud of, aside from Sleepaway Camp? Everything.
Well, I am proud of the Slayer videos. They were really, I don't know, they were big. Even though they're music videos, that was a big undertaking. I put all of my soul into those videos. Certainly Victor Crowley is one of my proudest. I just worked on Time's Up with a lot of our team. I'm very excited to New Year's Eve Slasher, and I'm very proud of Time's Up.
We need more New Year's horror, so I'm really excited.
Yeah, it's a great movie. Again, great cast. I don't know, that's really hard. Hopefully it hasn't, I haven't done my best yet. Hopefully I'm
You'll
still...
never will. It'll just keep getting better.
I'm proud of Terrifier 2 that's coming. I love being in that. I make an appearance in it, and Damien really let me do my thing. In fact, he said they were at the monitor, and he's like, we already got the take, but they kept making me do it over and over and over because it was so crazy. I'm like, I think I'm exhausted, okay?
That must have been wild to be a part of that franchise now.
You know what? I stalk them. Truth be told, when I love people like Jeff and movies that I, see as like some of the greatest franchise, like Hatchet, I stalked Adam. I think you need to go after your dreams and really pursue, especially if you want to be a horror filmmaker. There are so many amazing filmmakers here in this room that we can just connect with each other and make movies.
Yeah.
So,
who inspired you when you were growing up?
I love Kathy Bates. I think she's one of our greatest talents. So many people. I mean, people I know, Tony Todd, and who I still like. He was in my room the other night. We were all hanging out, and I still like fangirl. He was talking to Tony Moran, and I'm going, should I be videotaping this? It's like I'm hanging out with them as my friends, and I'm like, Kane Hodder. I'm a huge Kane Hodder fan, and just like he calls me a couple of times. We have a podcast together, and he'll call, and I'm always like, I show it to my family. I'm like, look who's calling me, and then I'm like, hey, what's up? Yeah, okay, all right, yeah, have a good day.
How is the podcast going?
The podcast is super fun.
Fridays.
Casualty Friday, yeah. And we, it's myself, Kane Hodder, and Tiffany shut this, and we kind of just talk about life from our perspective, like three people, three actors. It's not just about horror, it's about everything. And we have some great guests, Dee Wallace and Joe Bob Briggs, Quinn from Q from Impractical Jokers. We just had Dave Sheridan on. So Q, I'm a little bit of an Impractical Jokers freak. Does anybody love that show?
Yeah!
I laugh my freaking ass off. Those three are comedy gold. They're so good. What's up, Alex?
Who's your favorite out of all of them?
I'd have to say Q because I worked with him and I think he...
Sal's better. I like Sal.
Sal is hilarious.
Sal's better.
You know why I think that show is so great? Because they're so authentic. There's nothing put on about it. They're just like four guys who are like, we got a show? all right, let's fuck with people, you know, and I love that. But you know who's the originator of that hidden camera kind of stuff? Dave Sheridan from Buzzkill.
Mhm.
Before Punk,
MTV.
before Jackass. So yeah, Buzzkill was on MTV back in the, you weren't
1990 or
born,
something
Alex.
like that, right?
Yeah, it was like the late
And
80s.
he created that show,
And
right?
he created that. This became the Dave Sheridan panel. I've
We
only
need to get him
done, we
back.
just did 15 movies together over the past 3 years. Is that crazy?
Yeah.
We've played everything from like arch enemies to you know, husband and wife to it's unreal. So yeah, because we feel safe with each other. We've done so much, and Victor Crowley was the first.
Oh, that was the first?
That was the very first.
That's
yeah.
when it took off, huh?
I think we just liked the way the other one worked. Because it's like anything in life, when you meet a business partner and you're like, oh, we're like-minded, this is cool, we get it. We're best friends and we just have a lot of fun on set. Sometimes he's hardcore actor, like really. I call him the Christian Bale of the indie world. And I'm more like, oh, okay, it's time to go to work. Let's have a cocktail, you know. But he's really, so he gives me great energy and
Yeah.
stuff back and forth.
Yeah. Anyone else have questions?
Come on.
I could go home more, but I think I'm tired.
Aw, you gotta get
I'll
that.
ask. Do you think you and Danielle Harris could ever make a movie together?
Me and Danielle Harris? Absolutely.
I hope so.
Yeah, she's a dear friend of mine, and I'm on her Commentary, which is her show. And we talk about Sleepaway Camp, and then she came in and did, Joe Bob Briggs did a haunt for Halloween. We did like this great fun event, and Danielle came and did it, and James A. Janice from Kill Count, he did it. Yeah, give it up for Kill Count, Dead Meat. He's a meat. If it weren't for Joe Bob Briggs and James A. Janice, I don't think I'd still be going. Like, they kind of brought it, they pushed Sleepaway Camp back in everyone's face.
Again, it's never going to go away, and I hope not.
Thank you. Well, hopefully we'll do something new and original.
Is there a piece of work that you've been in that maybe people don't know about that you want them to? One of the lesser knowns.
Thank you. I feel like Satan's Playground
That
was
was
a
my
movie.
favorite.
Thank you.
Ask
really.
Henry. I told Henry last week that was my favorite.
I really love the cinematography. I think Dante did a beautiful job. I had so much fun. That was, I'm the final girl in that. That might be the only one, you know? So, and I worked with Ed Neal, hitchhiker from my favorite movie, the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
And carried you away, very Texas Chainsaw style.
Oh my gosh, that moment, he comes at me with a machete. Oh, I was like, bring it, baby.
Has anybody seen Satan's Playground?
Has anyone seen it? See?
Oh gosh, you gotta go see it. It's so good.
We made it in like 2002 or
Yeah,
3.
it's an older one.
Yeah,
but
and
I love it.
Ellen Sandweiss from the original, from Evil Dead. She plays Cheryl, gets raped by the trees. She plays my sister. And it's about a family. It's very, very easy to, we just break down in the woods.
And it's about the Jersey Devil, which is a
And
great
it's
legend.
about the Jersey
I love
Devil.
that legend. Ever since I was a kid and Mrs. Leeds, it always intrigued me. So when I saw that movie
Oh.
on a whim, just rented it, didn't know what it was, didn't know you were in it either. I was like, this is great.
Oh my
And like
gosh.
Felissa and the Jersey Devil.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for knowing the movie. Yeah, I love
Yeah.
that film.
Yeah, that one and I go way back. Like,
I am proud of that. Yeah, we had a good time.
it's so good.
I loved running and crying. It's like-
It wasn't like that, guys.
No. It was like 2 degrees and I'm like all ripped up and bloody. That was fun.
It looked intense.
Yeah.
It really looked intense.
Yeah, it was great.
Right.
It was great. And I love A Nun's Curse. I'm proud of A Nun's Curse. That was fun.
That one.
And Family Possessions because I love Tommy Faircloth.
Yeah, and Mark Patton's in there.
And Mark Patton. Yeah, another bestie of mine. Yeah.
I love Family Possessions too.
Oh,
It's a
thank
good
you.
one.
Thank
And
you.
The Nun's Curse is good too.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Camp Dread. Has anyone seen Camp Dread? I like that. Was fun.
That was
Did
a
you
good
like?
one.
Brad is like my barometer. Was it okay? It was all right. It was.
It was better than Screen Test.
Oh, it was better than Scream Test. All right, awesome. Yes. I'm working, Brad. I'm trying. Hopefully you'll love Terrifier 2 and Stream
Yeah.
and Time's Up, the new ones.
Is there something in the industry that you haven't done yet that you want to?
A comic book.
What? Okay.
So yeah, but I'm part of a new comic book called Lake Thorn. It comes out in October, and fortunately, it's grown up me as a camp counselor. So you'll have to get it, and they're working so incredibly hard. This team that came to me, and I read it, and it's outstanding. So I'm super excited.
I'm excited to see you as a drawing.
Yeah, I have it, and they're busy working on it. I haven't seen anything yet, so I'll post. It'll be fun. Yeah, I'm thrilled.
Okay. Anybody think of anything else you want to say?
Brighton,
Did you ever meet Toby Hooper before he passed away?
I did. We actually had a phone conversation. Yeah, and I remember because I was on my cell and he had to call his landline, and he was just such a really intense and amazing and powerful man. Yeah, and that was a dream come true. It's always it always takes me a minute when I speak to someone like legendary like himself, or I once interviewed Clive Barker. It's like a dream. It's unbelievable to me. It really is. So take the opportunity to meet some of the greatest people that are in this room, like Danielle Harris or CJ Graham or Dave Sheridan. They're really just amazing artists, and so happy to be here. Thank you for having all of us.
I thought I saw another hand go up somewhere back there. Yeah.
Well, you just said you'd like to do something like a Tarantino movie, but you seem like a natural for a Tarantino movie.
I'm a little obsessed with him. I know that he knows Sleepaway Camp. I've heard, that he likes it, and I don't know, maybe I'll have to stalk him. He and Eli Roth, I'm just gonna say, hi guys.
Danielle Harris was in
Yes.
this one, right?
They were really good friends for years.
Yeah.
He adores her. Quentin is such a fan of horror and whatnot, so he really tracks down people like Rob Zombie. Yeah, exactly. Bill Moseley and Dave Sheridan and Robert Mukes and great people.
Yeah.
Sean Whalen, one of my besties.
I love Sean
I love Sean Whalen.
I love Sean Whalen.
Nicest person ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I love asking this question because I get so many interesting answers of every project you've ever done, right?
Mm.
Acting wise. What is the favorite line you've ever said? First instinct, what comes to mind, favorite line?
Meet me at the waterfront after the sunshine. Because I remember that night, I actually asked them to take the goddamn barrettes out of my hair and push my hair up. I knew I was headed to the waterfront. And I was like, I wanted to, it's very dramatic. If you really watch the scene, I turn around and meet me at the waterfront. Meet me at the waterfront after the social. My voice was hard. I thought you were the killer.
And your accent.
I'll be back before dinner. And I was like, why did no one correct me? There's an R at the end of those words. Okay.
And that was natural, right? Like, you didn't make that up.
Oh, yeah. No, I made it up, Summer. I made that up. Yeah.
They told you to
that
be
was
more
a choice.
New York.
Yeah, I wanted to be real New York.
More New York, Felissa, more New York.
Don't throw me in the water.
You sounded like most of the other cast members, so it's not like you sounded...
Hey, Angela, why you so fucked up?
I think that's the charm. We had no idea what we were doing. We were like a bunch of New York assholes.
It's a New York movie.
It is.
not a
That
Hollywood
call
movie, it's a
scene
New
with
York
those
movie.
boys who come over to me. They're like, hey, Angela, this remind me of anyone you know. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is terrifying. not the curling iron up the vagina, just you talking to me. Okay, that's scary.
Anyone else? Yes?
Hi, Matt.
Hi. Oh, thank you for remembering me.
Of course.
Did you have any involvement with Sleepaway Camp 2 or 3, or what are your thoughts?
No, I love them. And that was late '80s, so it's a different tone. I did meet with Michael Simpson too. He had me read some of the lines, and I sucked. And I just decided I'll go to college. I was like 17, and he was really good friends with Pamela Springsteen, so that worked out perfectly. She's amazing in the sequels. So good.
Well, it's an entirely different feel of the movie, too.
Yeah.
It went
Yeah.
from horror drama to comedy, and gore,
Yes, yeah,
right?
definitely.
Completely different.
My husband loves part 2.
Part two's
I think we rival 1 and 2. He's well, just ask her to marry you, why don't you? He's like, because I couldn't get in touch with her. Or Jamie Lee Curtis. I was kind of 3. No, I'm kidding. I mean, he'd be
Your
so
face
mad at
was
me
on
right
his
now.
guitar, so that should count for something.
That does. I mean, come on. It wasn't Pamela's face.
No.
I'm kidding.
Or Jamie Lee's face.
I love her. Okay, that I don't know.
That'd
He's
be great.
obsessed with Jamie Lee.
Oh, who isn't?
Yeah, I mean, I am too, so I get it. I'm like,
Yeah.
And PJ Souls. So every time he meets PJ's like, there's my husband. I'm like, you can take him. You can have him. I'm like, and the kids. I'm like, Mama's free.
What's your
But you're on
favorite?
a condom now, so.
But I'm on a condom.
Uh,
I bet Pamela is it.
What's your favorite effect that you have got to do for yourself?
I would say Victor Crowley. I mean,
Yeah.
it doesn't get better than that. It was intense. It's like, and we're gonna rip your arm up, and then we're gonna take your arm, and then we're gonna do that, and then it's gonna go here, and then I was like, whoa.
What was involved, like casting all that, your body, or?
Yeah, it was everything. It was, and I hate the life casts. Oh, you could really die under there. I took Tiffany Shepis with me. I was like, hold my hand, I'm nervous. I had to get the whole cast because of the arm, and they did my arm. And ultimately, I think it was really fun and a cool kill. But the distributors said we can't have that in the movie. This would really not be good for women. And Adam was like, excuse me? It's so fun. And then he took it to After Dark Toronto Film Festival, and it won Best Death. And he was like, I guess it's in the movie.
The people have spoken.
I think it was a really cool death. You know, it's unique, and I think it pays a little bit of a tribute to the curling iron.
Yes, that is
I think
true.
there's a lot of interesting stuff in Victor Crowley. My daughter does the voiceover.
Mhm.
It's called Bianca's Bookstore. My daughter's Bianca. The character's name is Rose. She talks about having a penis. Hello. I'm like, Adam, you dedicated that movie to me. He's like, I did not. No, I love it.
No,
I
we
love the
mentioned that
movie.
too. I'm like, is that an homage to Sleepaway?
I know. We asked
Have a
him.
dick.
Dave Sheridan and I did his Yorkies-a-thon, and we asked. We were like, did you know that any of this was kind of going on? And he said, absolutely not.
I don't believe that at all.
You know? It was so cute. I'd like to believe it because I'm such a Hatchet fan. So, Adam's the best. He's the sweetest.
What actor, actress haven't you worked with yet that you really want to?
Ooh, there's so many. I mean, you know, I'll really shoot for the stars. I'd love to work with Meryl Streep and Christian Bale. You know,
Yeah.
some greats. Yeah, it would be so fun to see them on set.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
I mean, it was fun to see you on set, to see your process. I was,
Oh,
I don't know. You were in your own world, but I was staring at you.
oh,
I was just
wow.
taking it all in. I'm like, okay, that's what she's doing.
Wow, that's cool.
I was
Thank
taking-
you.
I'm sure I looked creepy.
No, not at all.
It was like-
No, it was fun. I loved doing that work.
Oh my gosh.
I love it. I mean, being on set is like the greatest joy in the world.
It's a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun, and creating a character. You know, you're a child every day just playing pretend. So it's fun.
What about directors? Is there any director that you haven't worked with yet that you are just dying?
I mean, absolutely.
Besides
Tim
Quentin?
Burton and Quentin Tarantino, Eli Roth. Yeah, there's so many. Martin Scorsese.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm. All the greats, right?
Oh, yeah. Why not? You know? Absolutely.
Okay, we have time for one or two more.
I got one more.
Yeah.
It's similar to her question. If you had a chance to work with like a comedy actor, who would you want to work with?
Oh my gosh. Comedy? I mean, I love Jim Carrey. I really do. I think he is so great. I follow him on Instagram, and his shit is funny.
Would you ever work with Kevin Hart?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yes. I would do anything. I would beg. Yes. I'm also a big Chris Rock fan. I love, and I mean, I know I'm like, you know, dating myself here, but these are the people like I would sit in my room and like legit fall on the ground. Like their comedy is funny. This is stuff that is like out loud, you know, laughter. So, yeah, there's some great ones from Saturday Night Live. I mean, I love Adam Sandler.
Oh, I'm
Oh, he's so, and again, there's an authenticity about these people. You know, they're really, they're just marvelous, and their work is outstanding. So, Yeah, I love watching them. I love to laugh. So, yeah. I'd love to do more
We
comedy.
can't tell at all.
I love comedy.
I mean, you seem like the type of person who would work with anybody. And like, you don't seem like you would turn down anybody, but you don't have to name any names. Is there somebody where you're like, no? Because I can't see that in you.
You know.
Or maybe you've had a bad experience, you're like, no, not again.
Yeah, I did. There was one movie, I mean, that I was a little shocked. They did a movie called The Perfect Test. This is going back a little negative. And the director had like a full meltdown and screamed at another actor. And that was really hard for me to be to witness. I think anytime there's tension on a set, it's just heartbreaking. And I tried to make peace and step in and say, like, basically, we can all love each other. And he lashed out on me.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, oh, I think I'm done. Mm-hmm. So that was a one and done with me. Most of the directors I worked with constantly.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you look at my IMDb, it's like over and over and over and over because it's a love affair. But that was a really difficult scenario to watch someone. Sometimes there's ego. And you try to stay away from that storm, but if they come at you, and he was physical with the throwing things. So that to me is really, I know it gets tense on set. I get it. I've had directors raise voices. That's all good, but to actually fight and get physical, no. There has to be a line.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's uncalled for.
Yeah, not
That's a
good.
hostile work environment. Like,
Yeah,
It doesn't matter what the job is.
That's true. You could be in a dentist office,
Right.
and it's like they shouldn't do that.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
Not right.
No.
No.
And I only want to foster peace. I think good stuff comes out of good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's a professional environment.
Definitely.
So
Yeah.
you need to act like it.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Let's hear it for love. Let's all love each other.
And then kill each other.
And then kill each other in the worst, bloodiest, craziest way we
The
can.
crazier the better.
Oh,
Am I
for
right?
sure. I love it.
Yes. Okay, we have time for one more. Do we have anyone else who wants to do one more in? We're all tapped out?
One more little question.
Okay, well, I'll close out.
Yes,
There we go.
Jovi.
What's the best movie you've seen in the last year?
I would say Godzilla vs. King Kong is really I haven't seen a lot. Unfortunately, and I think it's because I couldn't wait to go to the movie theater. So it was the whole experience. But I was very obsessed with that film. I think they did just, great. And Adam Wingard, I mean, he's been making horror movies, so it's nice to see one of ours, come up and do something so extraordinary. That's, major props to him.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you all for being here. Enjoy the convention. I love you. Oh, I love you. Thank you. Oh, and let's give it up for Summer. Her time and expertise. You're amazing.
When I look into your eyes, it comes as no surprise. You're slipping away, and yeah, you're the love of my life. It's so cold at night, I'm begging you to stay. I know it's all a masquerade. I know you're not afraid. You You're the only girl